everyone, and welcome to another episode of Optimal Life Balance with Coach Vicki. Hello, and where you take charge of your life and have fun along the way. Today, we're going to talk about time management and a little twist to time management. I'm going to read something that I found and it was kind of really cool. That goes, imagine if the bank credits your account with 1,440 every morning, but under one condition: whatever amount you fail to use that day will be deducted from your account. No balance can be carried over. What could you do with those funds? No doubt the thing else, you would withdraw the money every day and fulfill your filling up your account. The truth is, you do have such an account, and that's called our time. Every day, we are banked with the credit of 1,444 minutes. But at midnight, whatever portion of we failed to invest in or make good purposes are withdrawal within else. So we forfeit every forever. So we do not have the wisdom. We don't withdraw. We can't draw it again tomorrow because we only have that 1,444 minutes in a day. So carefully consider the gift of time that we are given every day from God to manage our time, to do our purpose, to make a difference, because we don't know two things: what we're guaranteed tomorrow, if we're guaranteed tomorrow, and we can't bring in time from today and bank it tomorrow. We only still have the 24 hours tomorrow. So every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father and the heavenly lights, who does not change like the shadow shift. That's James 1 through 7, 117. So when we're talking about time management, we can go to the actual clock time management. We'll go a little into that, but right now we want to talk about how to be the greatest common gift we have is time. That is the most precious thing that we have in commodity. You are giving me your precious time to sit here and watch this. On that, you can't get this time back from when you watch this thing. So I'm hoping you get the most value out of it. For we cannot repeat, and we say we wish we can have the time back to redo something, to go back and change something. We can't on there. So when you go through your day, spend time with the Lord, loving others, spending time doing what you do for work or engaging for people. Make it all count. Make memories. Have a good time. Create new memories for it, and realize that you only have this one life, this one moment of time to do that in. Time is also our greatest challenge. It never seems to be have enough. Time seems to always just pile up. We're losing track of time. How many times? Okay, we're already thinking it's the end of this month and it's next month and it's just the beginning of the month. When I was in retail, you lost time completely because we started to set up for Christmas like in August, September. So it was like by the time Christmas came, I was like over it because I was already setting up Valentine's Day. So when you think of time and how we just let it go and we don't realize how precious it is in each day and making the best of the day, and think instead of putting it off till tomorrow or wasting that time. Now, are we all going to be perfect at this all the time? No. I wish we were, but we're human. But when we can make a very conscious effort to realize when we get up every morning that we are given 1,444 minutes to make the best of those time, to realize that we can maybe impact even one person even if it's ourselves or our kids, but even just one other person we can impact and makes precious of that time. When we talk about impacting somebody, saying, well, I don't have anything, to be able to give, just even passing somebody at the store and giving them a smile, or the street and say thank you, or holding the door open for somebody. Those things are small pieces of your time, of your day, but can make such a big impact that you may not even realize. God has given us all a certain amount of time on this earth. We don't know what it is. He does on it, but the best thing we can do is to enjoy every moment of it, good or bad, and realize that I at least be thankful that I'm here. Teach us, he teach us the number of our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. That's Psalms 90:12. So, what is it that you want to start to do to try to start managing your time better? Well, we utilize realizing that God has found the time. He's got internally, He's forever. There is no time change in His, type of thing. But God doesn't want us to live in the fear of time either. Not thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to die tomorrow. I can't do anything else to it. Or why even bother? I'm not going to be here. You've got to learn to embrace and enjoy the future time that you hopefully will have, but to enjoy then the time of the moment you're in as well. And not live like the time is ending, that you only have a week to live. For you don't want to live in that bubble. Over the last few years, we've all lived in when we went through COVID, we lived in a bubble of time that was scary, and you didn't know what the future would be. But we don't want to live there permanently. That was a season in our lives. Let's now go into the next. Um, God is in control of all time in our history, for it is in His hands. But we have control of our time, ourselves, and how we want to react to it right now. When we realize that we are following our purpose and we value ourselves, and we don't try to have the conflict of things, and we start to work towards a goal that we want to achieve, and realize that every day is a precious time we have towards that, is when we start enjoying life and realizing how blessed every day we are. So, but when you figure aligning your time and with your purpose and your planning and your priorities in life is what you want us to do. Because yes, we want to enjoy time and realize how precious time is, but we still have things we have to do. But I remember when I was in high school, my girlfriend, her father had killed himself. And I remember at the funeral, people saying that, he always wanted to go on that vacation. We always wanted to do something. We were going to go do that. So my philosophy is you never hear at a funeral, I wish you worked more. You wish you always did something more fun, made memories, realized how precious time was to be with. That would be the same thing for myself, with my mom when she was sick or anything else. But the last year and a half, 2 years of her life, she moved in with me. It was during COVID, for it, but it wasn't easy because she had dementia and she was blind and going through everything that we were going through. But I would not replace that time with the time and the memories I got to create. So thinking of that to it, that we usually randomly ask people, what do you want to accomplish? Your reasons behind for being here. What is your reason for being here on the planet? Do you have one? And if you don't feel you have one, and remember again, the reason you're here does not have to be a prize ball winner or a gold medal athlete or whatever. Your purpose can be just as simple as being a mom or a person who's this makes a difference in a few people's lives, but you made a difference. So when you think of purpose, I don't want you to think that you have to have this big grand purpose or your life wasn't worth anything on there. It's to whatever you feel that God has put into you that your purpose should be. And you want to grasp that. You want to realize that the areas in your life that you can, for your purpose, have your planning for it, and what are your priorities while you're achieving that purpose. Um, Busyness, sometimes we, thing else is, we use busyness as a distraction, but it isn't success determining what our purpose is. It's planning the right goals and getting the idea of it. And that is the big thing that we work with as a coach. I work with my clients is prioritizing what are your proper goals to move you forward towards your purpose in this time frame that you have, to what is just considered busy work or things that you can put off to later that really is not um let's not I guess relevant for the time of what you do for the season that you're in. So your purpose is, we kind of went over that a few weeks ago with it, but your purpose is the big picture of what drives you. What is your aim or what you want to reach for? What is it that God has put into you that you can do? That if it's, like I said, and if your purpose is right now, your purpose in life may be going to school and doing your best you can and finishing your grades type of an idea, or your purpose may be that you're retired and you want to start doing a side job, or you retired and you want to volunteer at the church, or that your purpose in life right now is maybe your grandmother and you're watching your grandkids and helping out there. Wherever you are in your life, that purpose that you're in at that time is so when you are written at what it's called a purpose statement you can write is what is your purpose in your life right now. And if you don't like the purpose you think you have, or you're not where the purpose you want to be in, that's okay, because where you are is just where you are. It's not who you are. So when you find that you're in a place in your life and you're not pursuing that purpose and you don't like who it is and you're not revealing who you are and you're not fulfilling your dreams and using your time to do it, that is what we can work together on, is how to set up those systems, those plans, by starting to set up that plan of action, that when you um, get to a point where you can start moving forward. When you plan, you fail to plan, is the saying, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that means basically, if you don't plan out because of how life is and how time is and things go by, and you're trying to juggle 15,000 things while we're trying to find that balance, if you don't plan it out or give it some type of a structure, you'll fail. Your plans will fail because you have no direction. Now, does that mean that if it's not on that plan of actions, you can't do it, or if something happens? No, you pivot. You have to shift things around, but you've got a good path that God's put you on. You've got the steps that you need to take every day to start moving you towards whatever you want to do. You want to make sure when we set up plans, we make sure they follow our SMART goaling, that they're specific and measurable and accountable, that you can make plans and achieve them, that you're not going to fail, or you're not going to feel defeated that you made your plans so big. And then the best thing is you got to prioritize. When you're prioritizing these plans for this purpose, you want to make sure you balance. And that's where we go back to our balancing, in that too, that creating that specific amount of time in your life that you spend on doing this project or spend on doing this, so that you have that those 1444 minutes in that day. It's not going to say you're going to split that day, those minutes in even, and say I'm going to be 20 minutes doing this, an hour doing this, an hour doing this, an hour doing this. It doesn't work that way. But in the same token, it's just you don't want to take that 24 hours and do this and ignore everybody else and everything else in your life. So it's finding that balance, and by having a plan of action of what you need to work on and what you need to do, it will keep it be more successful. You'll feel less stress. You won't feel as overwhelmed because you've got a game plan in place. You set up those mornings the night before. You set up that you do all your um, action steps that you're going to do the next day. You take the morning and you take that 15-20 minute routine and you pray, you pour into yourself, you take a few minutes to yourself, and review what your tasks are for the day so that you can start your day off with a clean, um, clear vision of what you need to get done. You have your tracker with you that we have that's on our phones that keep you on track throughout your day. For so then when things come in, you can shift and add and know what your goals are to keep your values and your focus throughout your journey. So what I want you to really start thinking is, how can you start using time to your benefit and realize how precious time though is. What I'd love to work with you and let you let's come up with some plan of actions or task sheets or to-do lists for you and to your action steps that work within your life, but still put you and your priorities and your dreams and your goals to the top of that list on there, and not be forgotten and pushed down through everything else that you have to get done in life. So I want you to just kind of just take today and the next thing else and do realize that how precious time is, that God's given us this time that He has, that you are worth being here. You are worth pursuing your passion and your purpose through your core values of who you are and what you can do in life. So, with that being said, I want to just wish everyone a blessed and fun day. Until I see you next time, have a great time.